Yes, the entire FC25 database is already leaked. We saw a bunch of rating leaks over the last few days, right? And now every single rating, everybody in the entire game is leaked. So we need to talk about it because what is going on? Why is it happening already? Is this like an EA idea? Is it kind of sad to see we already have a pretty fun part of the year kind of spoiled for us already, but we're going to talk about it. And speaking of EA ideas, I don't know what this is, and I'm going to talk about that actually first right now. But before we get into anything, thanks for being here in the end of August. My voice, I think it's a little better today. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and are new to the channel. Thank you for being here. And okay, let's talk about this. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. This is one of the first times I've ever seen an SBC basically be an SBC in objectives though, and also require games played. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but if you've not been on this game recently, this Taram, you have to go and complete an 88 rated squad in the SBC section. Okay, you have to go and complete an 88 rated squad. That's this transfer SBC completion group. And you also have to play a game. So right now I know they're testing things out for FC25. Could we, is this the beginning potentially of seeing SBCs that also require games played, not just squads and teams anymore, right? An 89 overall team, that's no longer a thing. Maybe they want to try and implement in games too. Or what this could be too is this will just be as how it always was, with just a transfer SBC group, but then they all will be basically tied with a play one match in any game mode. Now, why would they maybe do that? I think it's because they want you to get on to the game, right? People will play the game on the web app or on the mobile app and complete some SBCs on there maybe, and this will get them, you have to play a match in any Ultimate Team game mode in order to receive your card that you did in SBCs. So there's obviously many theories you could say. If you have a theory, let me know, because I think it's just really, really frustrating to see this. The card looks cool, obviously. Flare Plus, of course they give us that because it's free and it's September and they still want to somehow stop getting us the best playstyle cards. Okay, whatever, who cares? But it's frustrating. This only could be bad for us. I feel like I don't think it could be good for us in almost any way. Unless somehow SBC requirements get less, which, let's keep it a buck, with dupe storage coming, no damn way that's the case. Okay, now let's talk about this, because this is the thing I really wanted to talk about today mainly, was the fact that the entire FC25 database is out. So we are, 4+ weeks away from release, and the whole database is out already. This doesn't usually come out until a week before the web app maybe, or 5 days, 3 days before the web app, something like that, right? Right now, it's a month basically before the full game comes out. We have the whole database already. Now I won't show it to you. It's on the FUT Scoreboard app right now. We'll show you some ratings in this video today, but if you want to go through and look at whatever players you want to, you can go download this app and he's got it on there. So it's kind of crazy that this is indeed already a thing. And what do you think about that? Is this just a sign of the times and leaks are becoming more prevalent than ever, obviously? Or is this a, hey, FC24 was a disaster, please think about our next game so we don't think about this shite? I don't know. Do you think that's it's a conspiracy going around right now? These ratings will make you feel old. We talked about that yesterday. Holy shit. Yeah, don't look too long. The tears might start flowing, but okay, yeah, there's that Saka upgrade here. We're just gonna go through and look at all the teams that have been posted right now, one of the most popular teams, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about the fact that we have this info a month before the game comes out. Or obviously it's a little less than a month now, but you know what I mean? Does this sort of kill some hype for you, or does this get you actually more hyped seeing cards beforehand? You want to get your hands on them now, and it's more the anticipation is building, right? I guess I don't know what you guys think about that, but my opinion, I guess, is that I'd rather wait a little bit to see stuff. Here's the Arsenal ratings when we keep talking about this. There is that Saka card. He is 87, no playstyle plus though. Gabriel's Bruiser plus in there. Martinelli 83, Havertz 83, Calafiore 78 in there. Timber looks like a pretty good starter, day one center back. Keep scrolling up. Here is Liverpool ratings next. And while you guys are looking at this quickly, people can say, well, you can ignore the leaks, right? You always can ignore them if you'd like to. But obviously, as you know, for one, it's not really realistic to ignore them. You just can't. You can't avoid them everywhere you go. Everyone's talking about them. If you want to be up to date with the game and if you want to trade at all, you have to be in on leaks. It's something that isn't really like a choice, as you might think it might be. And obviously, the easiest solution here is the leaks wouldn't exist in the first place. But clearly, EA must like them to some extent. They must think it helps them, because otherwise, these would not be out right now. You know they can control that. But nothing really interesting in in here. We saw Saul and Van Dijk yesterday. Nunez still 82. Szoboszlai 81. Joe Gomez, starter center back vibes on him. And Kelleher's a gold now, I guess. Nothing really much else there. Bradley's a gold too, actually, from bronze, right? Alexander Isak was like an amazing starter striker option, by the way. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills on Isak, plus these stats. That's pretty awesome. That is a really good day one striker there. Keep going through Man City's ratings now. Phil Foden, like we saw yesterday, looks like one of the best attackers in the game next year for sure. Ederson has long ball plus, which is awesome to see. Walker's an 84 now. There's Savio, 82 rated. Ake up to 84, which is nice to see. Ake's always been a very underrated player, in my opinion. He's always just been so solid. Doku now has rapid plus, by the way. He's got a playstyle plus upgrade there. And yeah, it's kind of the only interesting things. Oscar Bob, obviously up to a silver. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, seeing gold cards like this, it does make me excited for next year's game. But I look forward to, and I think we all look forward to, ratings reveals, right? Because EA always go pretty hard for ratings reveals and stuff like that. When you first load up the game, you see everyone's ratings for the first time, or load the database. That's just not a thing anymore. So I guess, do you not care? What do you think about that? Is it intentional from EA? I would kind of lean yes, honestly. And yeah, not to be the guy who's putting on the tinfoil hat all the time, but I do think that I feel like if they didn't want it to be like this, I really feel like they could try and prevent these leaks from happening. But Bayern Munich here, Polini up to 85. Neuer is ping pass plus, by the way, so they give another goalkeeper a playstyle plus, which is pretty awesome. Kim and Jay lost some pace, unfortunately. Davies still 82 there. Gnabry went down. Oman went down. Who else is in here? Eric, I forgot Eric Dyer's at Bayern Munich. That is just a hilarious transfer. Olise up to 82. Matisse Tell is actually at 77 now, which is cool to see. Mickey Van de Ven, by the way, holy moly, 88 pace and 83 defending. That is ridiculous. And Mickey Van de Ven, honestly, fastest guy in the Prem. He deserves higher pace. I know that you don't want to make center backs too OP, but we have, what, St. Just, who was like 95 pace last year. For being honest here, Van de Ven deserves higher pace. But also, you want to keep the game, like, balanced, so I understand that. But Gyökeres as well, up to 84. He has 5-star weak foot as well. 90 pace, 83 shot, 91 physical. He might transfer as well, so we'll see where he ends up. Chelsea next, they're getting clowned because they don't have a single lockout, which is kind of funny. Nkunku goes down a couple. Enzo has long ball plus now instead of, I think he had incisive pass, right? Is that right? He's got long ball now, which I think makes more sense. Downgrades everywhere, pretty much. Reece James, Sterling downgrade, but Gusto's up. Joao Felix only 80 rated. Doesn't actually look that insane of a card. Yeah, pretty uneventful because Chelsea, you know, they struggled last year. We can just say that. And also, oh no, Anthony has 1-star weak foot next year. They really did it, and they gave him 1-star weak foot. There's a couple players this year who also have 1-star weak foot. They went and gave Anthony 1-star weak foot. Honestly, I tip it. I tip the hating. Not like he doesn't deserve it anyway. Newcastle next year. Tonali is 85 rated. Bruno Guimaraes is up to 85. We saw Isak. He looks really cool there. You can pause here if you want to. There's not much to see with Newcastle. And you're not going to like this leak because I was stunned to see this one. Grimaldo has literally lost a leg, okay? He's actually lost a leg. Minus 13 pace on Grimaldo up to 86, and he's got 74 pace now with 88 pass. I mean, that card is fodder. He went from great starter option in last year's game, has a fantastic season, and now just became fodder. So, okay. I know that he's not the very fast in real life, so I know that that's not like controversial thing to do. It just sucks to see, right? Kind of sucks to see that, but he's got 88 passing, 85 dribbling, which is nice. But the pace, not so much. Inter Milan ratings now, let's look at quickly. I want to show you this because Marcus Thuram looks pretty incredible for a starting striker there. French, 87 pace, 84 physical, 82 dribbling. It looks like a wonderful day one starter option there. And then the other side has Barella, who looks great. Serie A squads are almost always a wonderful league to use at the beginning. And we'll talk about tips for what teams you should and shouldn't build at the start of next year's game based on coins. Here is Barca now. No playstyle pluses on this version though. So I don't know which ones are going to be which here. Pedri's 86, Araujo's 85, and that looks like a crazy card. Koundé's 85. Right back, I'm sure he can play center back too. That's going to be a sick card. Yamal's down there. We saw his card already. If you didn't see it yet, we can zoom in a little bit further so you can see it. We have Fermin as well, who's a 76 rated gold card. Ansu Fati, by the way, is 77. Kind of unfortunate. And then Kubarsi, the new center back down here, is a 72 rated silver. So there's Barcelona. Real Madrid ratings are just like the whole team is massively expensive and still good. I mean, Carvajal up to an 86 now. Alaba 85. Militao looks incredible. Valverde looks incredible. Rodrigo up to 86, and he looks sick. Chouameni, of course. Mendy, of course. Camavinga looks crazy. I mean, the whole team looks good. You're probably not going to be able to afford many of them day one, but you can work towards them. We'll talk about on the channel how to make coins in FC25. Some of the new Man United players ratings next here. Kobbie Mainoo is a 77, which I understand, you know, waiting to make like the massive overall jump. he's been basically playing for what, 7 months, 6, 7 months? It was in the winter of last year he made his debut, right? So it's been very recently. I understand not wanting to make him an 81, 82, 83, something like that. Hoyland is 78. Xerxes 79 though, even after his great season last year. And Garnacho 79 as well. People were not happy saying that's really low for some of these cards, but I don't hate it. And obviously, you know, EA implying Anthony's as good as Mainu is wild. I understand that for sure, but it's like they're not gonna give Mainu an 84 rated card. They're just not gonna do that. Next year there could be a 10 difference in overall. Like, it's just how the rating system works. PSG is here next. The biggest upgrade I think is Vitinha in here. Vitinha has got Tiki Taka Plus and a pretty card. I guess it's not that great actually. Kind of reminds me of an Iniesta or Xavi card from previous years. Marquinhos looks sick, by the way. That Marquinhos card looks pretty incredible. Colomwani still 82, great starter striker. Kimpembe is still going to be pretty good. Zaire Emery is 80 rated, and that's kind of that for PSG. It looks like Dembele is 75 shooting, 88 dribbling, rapid plus still. And we saw these three up top last year, and you will indeed be seeing these three up top once again. Swanson, Smith, and Robin. Well, two of them got an upgrade, and Robin still looks fantastic. So yeah, I'm not gonna say it. It's really hard not to. And here are the top 10 fastest players in next year's game. You got Mbappe, who takes the crown at 97 pace. Adeyemi still 96 pace there. Vinny 96 pace. Minte at 95 pace. Teo we saw. Davies we saw already. Bale 95 pace at rapid plus. My God. Diaby does a quick step plus apparently. I think that's a glitch. I saw another leak of his card that had quick step plus. Forgot Diaby went to Al Ittihad. His respect the bag chase. Rafael Leao has rapid plus. He also has 5-star skills now, I believe. Rafael Leao does. And Iñaki Williams there, 94 pace. Those are the top 10 fastest players in next year's game. And last thing we'll talk about is Kante got a leg back, and he's back to 76 pace, and he got downgraded by 1 overall, and he got 7 pace and 1 physical boost. So I don't know what happened here. There probably is gonna be an error somewhere in here, but he deserves to be faster. We saw him in the Euros. He was one of the best players at the Euros. You guys know him, a Kante stan. Okay, I've been a Kante stan for a while. Yeah, he deserves this card right here, and 69 pace for Kante was always a little bit criminal. And that's pretty much it for leaks and news right now. It's just player ratings everywhere at the moment, and we're still a ways away from usual FC25 news, but right now it seems like we're getting it every day, which I don't know how to feel about it. I guess maybe times are just changing, right? And we got Amir says, hope the voice heals quickly. Hopefully it sounds better today. Want to know your opinion on the decreased pace across most cards in FC25. My opinion, it's intentional because we are promised more Evos this year. Also would help with slowing the power curve a bit. Keep grinding, brother. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I noticed there was a slight pace decrease in a lot of cards. We just saw the top 10 fastest, and there was 94 pace was at the 10th. So I don't mind it myself. I do kind of want there to be more room for power curves. But then again, like, the game will just be inherently more pay to win if you do that, because you're gonna start off with crazy icon stats. There'll be a bigger gap between icons and gold cards, right? So it's a give and take there. I just want whatever we can do to keep gold teams for longer and gold squads for longer, and keep the game feeling like a bit more slowed down, a decent pace. Not we're all having full promo teams 4 weeks in. I don't think we need that, or 3 weeks in. I don't think we need that. And I think, yeah, more Evos, it makes sense too. That George Hall card is 5'5", sadly, as well, by the way. We saw like an 85 pace center back yesterday. That was a woman. She's 5'5". It's over. It was over before it even began. And then we got Christian saying here, just found your channel, nerd, and I'm loving your content. Very entertaining. Glad I can be entertaining for you. Sam Dixon did not pack gold many this year until May. This is why I say, when people say, oh, cards are not tied to pack weight, or sorry, that made no sense. Pack weight is not tied to overall rating. I mean, you guys know it's not, but people still, that's not a conspiracy people like fully believe in, because Ferland Mendy, every year, you cannot pack the guy. How many times did you pack this year an 83 rated Borja Iglesias? Did you pack Borja Iglesias more this year, or Ferland Mendy? Which one? Was it close? I mean, come on. So when it says the pack ratings, or the pack probabilities in the store, guess what? Obviously, there's some fucked shit going on there, because Mendy does not have the same odds other cards do as an 83 rated player, because the odds in the store go by rating, right? It says 83 plus this percentage. Obviously, there's some weird shit going on there. And last comment here, Jordan Davenport, basically the long story short is that he's saying we really end up at the same place. Like, we all get to the same place in the end with crazy teams. So what's the point in spending money throughout the year if we all end up at the same place? And while that, I'm glad that, you know, you ended up in a spot where you don't want to spend any more money, because that's the right conclusion. But I actually do think somebody who packed R9 on day 1, which was 2 months ago, and somebody who packed him today, you ended up in the same spot but one person obviously had the better situation there, right? They got to use 2 more months of R9 than you did. So time always plays a big part of it too. You get to use the best players from the start, which I always do think your time is worth a lot of value. So keep that in mind as well. But that's not me saying, hey, drop FIFA points next year. It's not what I'm saying at all, but I'm just telling you that value your time, right? That's kind of the whole point of that. And I'd open packs right now, but I'm running out of coins. So we're gonna do something tomorrow. I'm at got 1 million coins right now. We still have 3.5 weeks left of this game. So thank you for being here. I love you all. Peace.